Hi, Marlene.
Hi there. Welcome meeting you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice meeting you.
Were you able to find the place okay?
Yes, I did. Thank you so much for asking.
How are you doing today? You
Doing
doing well?
good. I was kind of nervous for coming in today, but I'm here.
Well, therapy can be nervous when you're first starting, so thank you for sharing that with me. I know it's difficult to make the first step, but I'm so happy that you're here and hopefully we can work together and figure some things out for you, make some things easier. Before we get started, I just wanted to go over the confidentiality. So, in this room, everything that you say is going to be kept between you and me. There's only three instances where I might have to breach confidentiality, and that would be if my notes get subpoenaed by a court, if my supervisor asks me to, or if I believe that you are a danger to yourself or to others. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Other than that, I want this to feel like a open space, a non-judgmental zone, someplace that you can come and feel like you can talk about whatever you need to. Perfect. So what's brought you in today?
I've taken the decision to stop smoking.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. First of all, I just want to congratulate you. That's
Thank you.
amazing. That's going to be so good, so positive for your mental health, your well-being, all of that.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about it? Are you feeling like confident or a little scared?
I'm a little scared that I'm not going to be able to succeed it. Although I've decided to stop, most of the people around me, such as friends and families, they still smoke, and I feel like I will fall back into it because of it. So I'm quite nervous.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. It's really difficult once, we make a decision to make a change for ourselves and we're surrounded by other people who are still doing that habit that we're trying to kick. So I can understand why you'd be feeling that way. Can you share a little bit more about what's motivating you to quit smoking right now?
Well, I've noticed that smoking has definitely affected the way that I act around people. I smoke marijuana, so it definitely alters my mind,
Right.
and I find that the lows are really stronger than the highs now. And I just think it's just best if I just let it go. I also seen how it affected people like around me and how they're slowly um, drifting off of who they were, and I don't want to be part of that. So
Okay, well, that's so fantastic for you that you're deciding to make this change. I think it's going to be really, really good for you. So why don't we try to talk about some things that could help? Okay. Talking can be pretty tough. Can you tell me about maybe one of the most challenging things would be for you?
definitely not accepting when people are offering it to me. Or like I've said before, my family and friends do smoke, um, and I know I'm not the only one that wants to quit smoking in my friend group.
Okay.
But I find it that when people do offer to take a puff or not, I usually say like one puff will hurt, and I end up falling for it. Um, yeah, I think that's like my biggest worry. And also, I think that my friends will stop being friends with me because I want to stop smoking because that's what they do.
Okay.
So that's one of my two biggest issues.
That's been like a pattern with your friends. Someone stopped smoking and they kind of just stopped talking to that person.
Kind of drifts off. The person that do stop smoking drifts off.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say my friends stopped talking to them, but the person stopped talking to my friends. And I'm scared that I would do that because I'm really close to my friends and I really like them a lot. But I think the most thing that we have in common is smoking. So if I were to stop, then we don't have much to talk about or do. And I feel really bad because I don't want them to think that like I hate them. So
Right.
it's like very scary for me.
So you want to keep that relationship, that friendship up with your friends, and
Yes.
yeah, and the whole one puff is won't hurt. I that's very very difficult. That's very common. A lot of people feel that way. If you don't mind me sharing something with you, I actually went through Similar situation, not with smoking, but with food. I found that whenever I was stressed, I would reach for a snack. Just one, one granola bar would always lead to something more. So I can understand how difficult that can be. With me personally, I found that journaling helped a lot. So I'm not sure if you've ever tried that.
No, not exactly.
No? Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about some things that might be able to help you with these fears that you're having. Okay, so let's try to explore some strategies that might work for you. So, for instance, with quitting smoking, something that is known to help a lot of people is trying to replace that bad habit with a different activity, such as drinking a glass of water, going outside for some fresh air for a walk, or chewing gum. Do any of these things seem like might work for you or you'd be willing to try?
I think chewing gum would work definitely. I like
Okay.
the taste of gum. But my question for you is, what do I do when I'm with those people that do smoke? How do I prevent myself from falling back into it?
So you could try to get some different friend, like a different friend group that doesn't smoke. And maybe while you're first starting to quit, it might be easier to hang around with the people who don't smoke. And you can also try talking to your friends. Have you let them know kind of your decision and what you're planning to go through with it? Because if they're really, really good friends, more likely than not, they'll be on your side and they'll want to try to help you succeed.
I have spoken to one or two friends to see how they felt about it, and they were on board. I just don't know how everybody else would feel. So maybe I can um, try to tell everyone what I'm going through at the moment.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. Hopefully they'll all be supportive of you. If, you said you guys have a really, really strong bond all together, so there's more likely there's a chance that they'll be there for you and they'll want to support you with this change. So yeah, I think talking with them would be a great first step for sure. So do you have any friends or family that could keep you accountable to your goal, or would you consider maybe joining a support group just for that extra bit of guidance or support?
I think I do. I have a friend. Me and her are both trying to quit, so I guess we could both keep each other accountable.
Okay.
But just to be safe, I think we should definitely join a meeting or some sort, an outside source to like keep us in check. Because if one fails, then the other one fails as well. So I just don't want that for either of us.
That's great. And outside sources and resources can really help us make our goals attainable. It's hard sometimes when you're just accountable to yourself. So I think that would be a fantastic start to that. So we can try to start some achievable goals, just small ones for the next week. Maybe even start with the next 3 days. How would you feel about lessening the amount of cigarettes that you have a day, maybe by three or even by one? Would you feel comfortable with that?
I think it's definitely plausible. Um, I think it's just I have so much at home that it's easier to just grab one and go. I think we'll start with getting rid without as much as possible, and maybe just keep a pack, just so we can ease off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea on starting.
Maybe we could try, even if it's just one cigarette a day, but we could try replacing going to have your smoke with chewing the gum.
Yeah,
Does that seem like it would be
yeah,
easier to do? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we'll check in again next week. Are you all right with making another appointment
Yes.
for next week?
Yes.
Okay, so we will, if you can, try to write down your goals, maybe in a journal. That could be helpful too. Just kind of track your cigarettes per day, and we can see that and talk about that next time. And yeah, perfect. So I'll see you. Okay, perfect. So let's plan to check in a week and see how things are going. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm really proud of you for taking this first step. Quitting smoking it's a really big thing, but it can be done if we work at it in smaller steps. And I do believe that you have the right attitude, you know, you want to make the change, and I think that we'll be able to attain this goal together.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that motivation. I'm really glad to hear it that you're on the right side.
Of course. So yeah, let's make the appointment for next week, and then we can check in and see how things are doing and take it from there.
Sure.
And thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you